So I just got this brand new skiff and I'm kind of upset about it. It's not brand new, but it's new to me. It's got a few dings and scratches. But before we get into why I'm upset about buying this new skiff, first we have a problem. We have the old skiff that has been tied up out at our float for the past month. It's covered in grass, it's disgusting. It's got no motor on it and it's dead low tide. We got to tow it in and we got to try to get it out of the water, out of the harbor. We got to figure out what we're going to do with the old one. And then we'll talk a little bit about why we got a brand used one and a few other things skiff related.
Electric start?
Electric start, baby. No more pulling. If you ride up and down the coast, you'll notice in a lot of the harbors, pretty much all lobster fishing harbors, we keep our boats on moorings and we use the skiffs to get in and out from the moorings. A common asked question from people that come to visit Maine is, how do we get all the boats to park in the same direction in the harbor while they're on the moorings? And that's a good question with a lot of science behind it, and it turns out that it's just the tides in the wind direction. It just holds all the boats straight. So while the tides are convenient for allowing us to get up to the wharfs, they also have an effect on how the moorings lay and how the boats swing on the moorings and the berth that they have. In Maine, we actually have really large tide swings. We have like a 15-foot difference between high tide and low tide. So on low tide, we have a lot of extra scope on our moorings, which allows the boats to swing much farther. So that way on high tide, we have enough scope to not lift the rocks off bottom. But the problem is on low tide, it ends up making the harbor that much smaller. During low tide, the harbor has the least amount of water in it. It's the smallest it's going to be. And it's also at a time when the moorings have the most scope. During those times of dead low tide and bad storms is when you'll occasionally hear of boats rubbing together and causing some damage. So they're basically all on just extremely large anchors, and we use these skiffs to get in and out. These are our morning commutes. This is where we start our day. Some people start with rowing, some people start with outboards, some people start pulling their balls off, trying to get their outboards running. Oh, what was that? Now we're broke down. Hold on, time out. So there's some harbors, primarily in the touristy locations, that do have slips. They use the slips for yachts and pleasure boats in the summer, and then in the winter, in the off season, when all of the pleasure boats leave, the lobster boats actually get to use them, and they get to tie their boats right up at slips and have shore power. They get to keep things charged, keep boats heated. Most of the off the beaten path harbors you'll find are on moorings. That's how we keep our boats in the harbors, and we each have our own berth. Everybody has their own mooring, and we keep separation between them for storms, so we don't rub against each other and bang against each other. Something special about the mooring that I'm on is it's the same mooring that my grandfather used to use when he was fishing full-time. So there's some sentimental value to my berth. Berth is just the area that you span on your mooring, the area that you spin. That berth is the same one that my grandfather used when he was fishing. He's no longer with us. He passed away last year. So there's some sentimental value to that mooring. I'm hoping we're able to fit the 50 Westmac there. That's one of my concerns with it, and one of the reasons I upgraded the skiff, just in case I end up having to move moorings. We might have a longer commute to work in the morning. All right, so on the note of sentimental value, and the key reason why I'm bummed out about getting this new skiff is right here. My old J12 Carolina skiff, which was also my grandfather's when he fished full time. This is the exact skiff that carried my grandfather to and from his boat for many years. It carried me to and from my boat for the last 17. When he got done fishing full time, he gave me his old skiff. So it's kind of sad to see the old girl go. It's kind of sad not to start my mornings off. This is the very first. How can you have a bad start to a day lobster fishing when you start your day in an old sentimental skiff like that? I don't think the old one's gonna be replaceable. I don't think we can match that value. So here she is. She's beaten and bruised. She's been through it all. You can see her bow is pretty much worn completely off. I did plan on running this thing forever. I was never gonna get rid of this thing, ever. But pogie fishing is the key reason why we had to upgrade our skiff. We're using the skiff now while we're menhaden purseing to help tow the rest ashore away from the purseine to keep it out of the wheel. So the skiff now has more jobs than just the morning commute. And this one was not doing the job. I could have got an outboard for it, but we're still limited on space. She definitely needs a little TLC. She's a little rickety. So before we can even consider what we're gonna do with this thing in its second life, I have a few ideas. We need to get it out of the water and somewhere we can do some repairs to it, which is gonna be a challenge because it's dead low tide, and for some reason we waited till low tide to do this instead of high tide. So the skiff is ultimately where our day starts, and it's hard to start a day bad when you started in the old sentimental skiff and all the memories that it holds. And on the note of morning routines, I'm making more of an adjustment than just my skiff to my morning routines. I'm actually starting a new drink called mud water. This is actually my first time trying it, so here's an honest review for you of mud water. It's made with chai and functional mushrooms. Not a big mushroom guy, I'll be honest, but let's give it a shot. 55 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, 3 grams of mushrooms. It's got lion's mane for focus, cordyceps for energy. It's also got chaga in it for immunity, and chaga is the big one that's like big in Maine. I know you can harvest it in New England. I've never done it. Find them on birch trees.
How does it smell?
It actually smells good. It smells like the woods. It's got like a third less caffeine than coffee, so no jitters and no crashes. This is matcha. You want to try it?
I'll try it.
Yeah, grab a bottle. Cody, you're drinking it cold, I'm drinking it hot.
All right.
I got hot water in my thermos.
All right.
I wonder what this is.
I think it's like a coffee press almost. No, it's an actual stir.
It's a stirrer. Nice.
You're gonna use it.
All right, Cody, here's yours. Oh, I can't fit it in. Now you get the drink a cut off bottle.
There we go.
Whoa, that baby's powerful.
All right. See, it does smell good.
It smells like the earth. You smell it?
It smells better in my cup.
Does it?
Yeah.
So I got a cup of hot water. Hopefully this gives us all kind of strength to get that skiff out of the water.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a mission.
Walk right up through there and pull it.
We don't even need a winch. No heist, no nothing. We'll just grab it and lift it. All right, cheers, Cody.
Cheers, bub.
Not bad. So that one is matcha, and we also have the original flavor, which we're gonna try, and we're gonna start working it into the morning routine. I'll keep you posted on it, on what kind of results we see. If you wanna try it yourself, there's a link in the description, a starter kit that actually comes with the frother as well, and you'll get 20 bucks off. So go give it a try, work it into your morning routine as well. All right. Let's see if we can get this skiff out of the water. Before we try to get it out of the water, I'll give you a quick tour of the new skiff, the upgrades, what she does. Here we go again, talking about the new boat. I can't talk bad about this one while I'm sitting in it. Here, I gotta get in this one. You're a good skiff. You're just old and worn. The new one is a 19-foot Kreger craft. Look at the room in this thing. It's a giant. Once my kids start lobstering, I think we could put an electric hauler in this thing and they could haul their own traps out of it. That's when she'll officially start to get her sentimental value. Maybe we'll haul the kids' first traps in this thing. Anyway, we've made a few modifications so far to it. First one being the trolling motor that we used in the green crab catch and cook last weekend. But there's all kinds of room and a bigger outboard. You know, we've been messing around with the electric trolling motor for the past few weeks, which has worked all right for the morning commute, but it just falls way short anytime we try to do anything else. And this one is much better suited. The 25 horse can pull the boat during pogie fishing, and we can use it for storing empty barrels, which take up a lot of room on the boat while we're pogie fishing. So loads of room in this one and loads of options for what we can do with it. We can take it on some of our wild camping trip ideas that we want to do. This would have been better for Camp Driftwood than the red canoe. Maybe we'll run it back, Camp Driftwood 2.0 somewhere, or just a survival one. We talked about doing that too. We got to do just 24 hours surviving off of what we can find on the island. Leave some comments of ideas of things that you want to see us do with the new Kreger craft. We got to start towing this thing. Let's go. The last ride. It's not the last ride, it's just the last ride for now, until her second life. I have a few ideas of things we can do for her second life. We'll talk about them once we get her in the truck. We don't want her eavesdropping on what she's gonna be doing in retirement. Whoa, hang on. Big power. She's a little smaller. Don't be talking bad about her. She needs a haircut. She's a little hairy. That one was nice until we bought this. All right, Tristan, you don't get the last ride in her. I'm too jealous. You gotta let me, we're gonna switch seats. All right. So this is our mooring, the mooring that my grandfather used. The rope is not the same one, but down on the rock, down on bottom is. There's a great big granite rock on bottom with a steel staple in it, big bottom chain, gigantic bottom chain, and then it gets smaller in a top chain on the way to the surface, and then it switches to rope right before it gets to the surface. Let's put her back on the hook. Okay, Tristan, easy, don't scratch her. Careful with her. One last hurrah. I guess I can take this thing off. I can't get it off. All right, I'm coming back in that one. All right, well, I told you it was gonna be low tide and we were gonna have to battle this thing up over, but we weren't actually able to finish it yesterday. The co-op facilities were plugged up with selling lobsters, delivering bait. There was 8 million things going on and we were gonna be right in the way trying to unload this thing. So it is now the next day and it is high tide. Well, it's not high tide. It's an hour and a half past high water and we're up to a wharf. These wharfs you've seen us at in the past. This is where we got the new traps delivered. This is where we loaded the new traps on the boat. And these are convenient other than the fact that we can only get up to them 2 hours on either side of the high tide. So we're starting to push our luck here. We're at an hour and a half. We got about 20 minutes left and we got to get out of here or we run the risk of getting stuck in here. And if we get stuck in here, we'll be on the mud flats for the next 12 hours. Without further ado, we are going to try to rig up a bridle on this thing, lift it up with our pogie boom and hopefully set it right in the truck body. I don't know if this is going to work. It's either going to work really slick or go really bad.
Not a bad idea.
Sun shines on a dog's booty every once in a while. We could probably do a catch and cook off the bottom of this thing. We could get some seaweed, probably some mussels. See what we've created. You ready, Tristan?
We're good.
That is heavy. That is real heavy. You gonna take her bow first, Cody? Yeah. Yeah, she's a little dirty. You ready, Cody? Hold up. Oh, Jacob, you was right. It's tight. Is it breaking anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to break it.
Don't worry about the truck, but just don't scratch the skiff.
Okay, all right, good. I was only worried about the truck.
We can get a new truck.
We can.
We can't get another one of these skiffs. All right, the skiff is in the truck. That went suspiciously smooth. I'm wondering what's gonna go wrong here. We gotta get the boat out of here before we lose the tide, put this back on the mooring, take the skiff home to her temporary resting point, where we gotta discuss what we're gonna do with this thing. It's kind of sad to see her coming out of the ocean.
How long has it been?
Oh,
That was supposed to go over here.
I don't need my eyes.
Hey, I'm right. There's muscle over here. There we go. That's a nice one, boys.
I don't know if it has been out of the ocean. All right, let's get her home.
What's going on, Mr. Man?
What you got? You guys will probably be a lot more excited about it than Mama is. We gotta fix it up.
But why is it here?
Because we're gonna fix it up. Look at all the muscles. We could have dinner off the back of it. Yeah, there goes Mama. She says, oh, I'm not excited about that. We're gonna get it out of the truck, okay?
Are you gonna sell it?
No, we're gonna fix it up.
We're gonna put it in a pond.
We don't know. We gotta decide what we're gonna do with it. Put it in the pond.
Then get out of the moon and put it right on.
You're gonna use it in the pond after we fix it up?
Dad, and what are we gonna do with it?
What are we gonna do with it? I think we're gonna fix it up. This used to be Mike Grampy's. You know how Papa Jaybird is your Grampy? Papa Jaybird's daddy. This used to be his skiff. And he gave it to me when I started lobster fishing. And my Grampy, we called him Dumpa. You probably don't remember Dumpa, do you? You remember Dumpa? This used to be his and he gave it to me. Dumpa used to go on the lobster boat with me. When he got done, he actually retired and he was one of my very first sternmen. He came kind of as a hobby and to help me out and to teach me. So not only did this skiff carry him to and from his boat when he was working full-time and carry me to and from my boat when I was working full-time, but it also carried both of us to my boat when I was first starting out and he was first getting done. Maybe we should name this skiff the Full Circle. Probably the best name.
I'm gonna say, with the way it's been going, I think I know what you should do with this skiff.
I think, yeah, there's a few options of what we could do with this thing. We could fix it up and tow it in behind a snowmobile to a pond this winter and stash it in the woods somewhere, and we could fly back and forth to it and fish in the summertime in it. Or we could fix it up and let the kids play with it in the pond and go bass fishing in it. Or we could fix it up and when the kids start lobstering. You're gonna start lobstering soon? You're gonna start setting your own traps?
I can't even lift up a trap.
You can't lift up a trap? What if we get small traps? I'll help you lift them.
I can lift up a mini trap. And when I go lobstering when I get big.
When you get big, you're gonna go start lobstering? Yeah. And this can be your skiff to get to and from your lobster boat?
Yeah, then I'll go buy a new skiff.
I think what we'll do is once we get the Westmac done and we haul that out of the shop, we'll have all of the materials, leftover materials that we need to fix this thing up. So we'll use some Westmac scraps to bring this thing back to life. So it can be built with parts and pieces of the new boat and parts and pieces of memories from the past.
So we need a front bump.
We need a front, but it's called the bow, and we do need a new bow, don't we?
I think this would be a pretty good first boat for you, don't you think so?
This is perfect.
I'll just keep it in the pond for now.
How much older is this boat than him?
Oh, this boat's probably as old as I am. I'm guessing Dumpa got it right around, probably in the 90s, I bet. My grandfather was actually one of my very first sternmen. Right after he retired, he started going with me kind of as a hobby, just to keep him busy mostly and to teach me and to help me out. It was a great win-win for both of us, and he taught me a lot in those first few years that he came with me. And this is the boat that brought us back and forth to do it. Super cool. It was kind of sad to see her come out of the water. We gotta definitely fix her up and put her back in the water, right? We can't just let her sit on land.
On the pond.
On the pond. We're gonna fix it up and put it in the pond.
And you're gonna put a motor and put it on the back.
We have a motor right there.
I like trolling motors.
Oh, you don't like trolling motors?
I like trolling motors.
Oh, okay, but you want a real motor on it?
Yeah, so we can go way faster.
You're gonna put a name on it and everything, ain't you?
We do need a name for the new skiff. Well, for the, not new skiff, the soon-to-be brand used skiff.
Dad, clean it.
Clean it, just clean it.
Put a motor on it, buy a pump it.
We gotta build a new bumper, a new bow. We gotta pretty much rebuild the whole front end of it. Everybody's gonna be like, screw the Westmac. Pause the Westmac build. Let's just work on the Carolina skiff. I don't blame you. I don't disagree. We could send the whole Westmac. Why don't we just bring this over to Westmac and be like, here, just pause for a minute, a couple days. We can let the Westmac can wait. We gotta fix this. Well, there, the old girl has earned a much deserved rest. Tens of thousands of trips, probably more than that, back and forth to lobster boats. Tens of thousands of sunrises on the main coast. And more memories than you can count. She's in her temporary resting place until we figure out a game plan of what we're gonna do with her. We gotta fix her up and give her a second life. But let me know in the comments if you have some other ideas, what we should name her and what we should do with her. Thank you, old girl.